Hey guys, this is Matt Brunet, and welcome to Movie News Weekly, hosted by FilmBook. Now, before we begin, let's take a look at what we got in this week's news, which includes people caring less of Batman vs. Superman faster than a speeding bullet, the chance of getting Ubisoft movie sequels, Disney's preparing the magic for next year's Expo, how you can see Civil War very soon, who will look upon Churchill's darkest moment, how Cranston and Hart can help each other out, the time when Jonah Hill becomes the boss, changes will be coming to Suicide Squad, the video game movie no one asked to happen, and Disney will make a movie about Snow White. Sister. So with that said, let's get things started. This brings in a whole new meaning to how the mighty have fallen. Despite Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice still remaining in first place at the weekend box office, it made a massive drop on its second weekend from the biggest March opening with $166 million all the way down to almost $52 million, making almost 70% less than what it did before. The silver and bronze position remain unchanged as Zootopia stayed in second with about $20 million, and My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 with third with about $11 million. Meanwhile, the Christian films are staying behind the big movies, with the new God's Not Dead 2 starting at $8 million, and the old Miracles from Heaven getting about $7.5 million. The other new movie this week, Meet the Blacks, started low with 8th with about $4 million, behind sequels like Allegiant of the Divergent series with almost $6 million, and 10 Cloverfield Lane with almost $5 million. As audiences still feel iffy regarding movies based on video games, the financiers might find that there's a lot more potential with the ones they got. Catch Play, the Taiwanese co-financer, are looking forward to the success of movies like Assassin's Creed and Splinter Cell, both based on the popular Ubisoft video game series, in the hopes to turn them into film franchises. Daphne Yang, the CEO of Catch Play, spoke out by saying they are both adaptations of successful Ubisoft games and would make ideal sequels. Both movies are part of a 3-movie deal with New Regency, with the third movie already released as The Revenant. Assassin's Creed will be coming to theaters on December 21st, and Splinter Cell will follow in 2017. To all who come to this happy convention, welcome. Disney has announced the dates of next year's D23 Expo. The D23 Expo is Disney's official biannual convention at the Anaheim Convention Center that's filled with celebrations, events, memorabilia, about everything that the company has to offer. The biggest thing about the D23 Expo, however, is all the major announcements of their feature films, theme parks, and more that has to do with their animated films from Walt Disney Animation Studios and Pixar Animation Studios, their live-action films, Marvel, Star Wars, and a whole bunch of special guest stars. Advanced tickets will go on sale on July 14th, and the magic will truly commence next year on July 14th to July 16th, 2017. Speaking of Disney doing special things with Marvel at a convention, they have set an industry screening to Captain America: Civil War at CinemaCon. The latest Marvel superhero flick has been considered one of the most anticipated films of the year, and it recently made viral news across the internet for showing a small appearance of the newest incarnation of Spider-Man. CinemaCon will be going between April 11th to the 14th in Las Vegas, and the movie will be shown on the big screen at the Coliseum at Caesar's Palace. As for the nationwide release, Civil War will be open to everyone on May 6th. A big man like Churchill requires a big director like Wright. Joe Wright is now in talks with Working Title in order to direct a Winston Churchill biopic called Darkest Hour. The movie will be set in the early 1940s, where Churchill became Prime Minister and England was close to become a part of the Third Reich. The movie will be both written and produced by the Theory of Everything's Anthony McCartan, along with other producers like Lisa Bruce, Tim Bevan, and Evan Fellner. Wright is currently directing an episode of the upcoming Netflix series Black Mirror. He seems to work well with Ice Cube, so maybe the same can be said with this guy. Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart are now in talks to star in the remake of the 2011 French film The Untouchables. The movie will be distributed by the Weinstein Company, since they did for the original, which grossed more than $400 million overseas. The movie will be about an aristocrat who hires a young guy from the projects to be his caregiver after he became a paraplegic. On top of that, they have already gotten Paul Feig to write the script and Simon Curtis to direct the film. As it is a major priority for Weinstein, the shooting will begin this summer. He's had enough playing with these little acting games. Time to be a big boy and become the boss. Jonah Hill will be making his directorial debut with a movie called Mid-90s, which he also worked on the script. Although the full plot is currently unknown, sources say that it will be set in the mid-90s where a guy will learn about life with his skateboarding friends. This may be his first time directing, but Hill has experience in writing before with 21 Jump Street and his animated series Alan Gregory. It has been stated that he will not be appearing in his own film. Warner Brothers is starting to notice that maybe the harsh and gritty tone may not be favorable to audiences, especially to the reaction to Batman vs Superman. However, it may not be too late for the next DC film to change that. Multiple sources have confirmed that Warner Brothers will be going on a massive reshoot in order to make Suicide Squad funnier and have more of a lighthearted tone. Beforehand, some have stated that the only funny scenes are all shown in the trailer. But now the studio is aiming for an overall tone of the film to be more in line with the trailer, that it will cost them something that's around the 8-digit mark. Hopefully, the reshoot will be done on time when the film will be released on August 5th. Movies based on video games are starting to become big now, but I highly doubt that people have been demanding this one. Cross Creek Pictures and Crystal City Entertainment are teaming up in order to make a movie based on the backyard sports video games, where players are turned into kids and play with all-star athletes in their own backyard. Ari Daniel Pinchot, president of Crystal City, stated that this brand was a favorite of my children for years and represent the best of sports. We are thrilled to bring the imaginative world of backyard sports to the big screen. Cross Creek president Brian Oliver added that it's one of the best-selling game franchises with over 20 million copies sold, providing a perfect platform to build a live-action animated film and television franchise. Oh yeah, I forgot to add that they want to make a TV show out of it too, by the way. And now it's time to ask the big question of the week. Snow White has a sister? Disney is planning to make another live-action film based on one of their animated classics, but this time going with Snow White with Rose Red, based on a script by Justin Merce and a pitch by Evan Doherty, the same writer of Snow White and the Huntsman. Rose Red is noted to be a minor character in the original Grimm's fairy tale. The story will be about after Snow White bit the poison apple, and it's up to Rose Red and the Seven Dwarfs to go out and bring Snow White to life. It was originally meant to be its own standalone movie, but Doherty found a way to alter Merce's script in order to connect more with the 1937 animated classic. And that's all I've got for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to head on down to film-book.com for all the latest movie and TV news, along with their columns on the box office and their theatrical release schedule. Also, you can follow them on whatever social media you'd like. And while you're at it, you can follow me on my YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter if you're more into stuff like animation, Disney, and my weird sense of humor. If you were watching this on YouTube, then hit that like button and come subscribe to us, and also leave a little comment on what you think on the news this week. If you were listening to this on a podcast on iTunes or any other podcast service, then don't forget to rate and review what you just heard. Tune in next time for another round of Movie News Weekly, and until next week, see you later, dudes!